What's up, creatures? Hey, it's been a while, but I've been really busy redoing my man cave. I'm not quite finished, but I do have it in better shape. Have some things taken care of. I downsized some stuff, and now I'm ready to start making videos again. Well, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to deliver on a long-promised video, and I'm going to talk about Kings of the Wyld. And we'll be back with that in just a second. Kings of the Wyld is a rollicking good read. One of the finest reads I've had in a very long time. You know, I'm a little bit late to the game on this one, as I've seen some other booktubers talk about it and tout how wonderful it is. Long before I was able to cross the threshold and get my hands on it. Well, boy, when I did, I began to read it. And what a fantastic book it truly indeed is. It kind of takes an interesting structure. It's a typical fantasy, almost like a D&D party, which I realize with the Dungeons & Dragons movie out now, there's a lot of buzz about that, people talking about that and thinking about that kind of thing once again. Well, this book by Nicholas, and I think you say his last name, Eames, something like that. If I'm butchering it, I apologize. This book is written in a way that the premise you might want to think about would be if an old rock band got back together and they began to go on tour again for one final hurrah. Now, they're not a rock band, and that's not at all what it's about. However, that kind of idea is what permeates this entire book. And the author has stated that he is writing his trilogy, which I believe the last one is either out now or shortly to be out, as individualized stories based on rock bands of the 70s, 80s, and 90s, and in flavor. That's how it's going to feel. And you know, it really did feel that way. We have fantastic characters that are representative of everything from the lead singer to the Axeman to the fantastic guitarist to the keyboardist and the wild, drunken drummer as well. It's really like that. Even though there is no true musical nature to it, that's just how it's structured. If you've read it, you understand. If you've not, then maybe you will when you do. If you're a music lover, I think you'll get a lot out of it. There are all kinds of references and hints dropped, and you can certainly make those connections. But really, when it comes down to it, it becomes a story about how do we deal with getting older, and just how far would we go for our children? Just how far would we go for friends? What does it truly mean to be in a group and have loyalty to that group? That's what I truly got out of it. That's what truly impressed me about it. I couldn't believe just how drawn into the world that I was. One moment I was laughing like a crazy man, and the next moment I found myself choking up with a little bit of dewy-eyedness as some of the scenes in it were truly heartfelt. Some of the words exchanged were incredibly powerful, and some of the things that happened made me truly, truly sad. But many other things made me incredibly and gloriously happy. It really made me have a good time. Now, I'm an old gamer, so I understood that whole feeling of a Dungeons & Dragons party that is going on one last adventure. I really connected with this book, probably because of my age, because I'm probably about the age of the guys in the book, of the main characters. They're no longer the young ones coming up. They are the older guys that are going out for one final hurrah. And it's only the reason they're going out for that final hurrah is because they have to. I'm staying away from spoilers. I don't want to ruin anything in this book. It's absolutely shot to the top of some of the best reads, one of the best reads that I have ever had. It truly is. It's an excellent novel. I've recommended it to everybody that I know, and I've tried my best to get people to read it. I know that a lot of people that have read it have truly, truly enjoyed it and been moved by it. What an entertaining masterpiece. It is a masterpiece of entertainment. Yes, if you're looking for a Hugo or a Nebula or a World Fantasy Award winner, you may not find it here. But if you're looking for something incredibly creative, incredibly courageous, and incredibly fun, Kings of the Wyld is for you. It's interesting to note that all the books in this trilogy are kind of, they're independent and in and of themselves. Some of the characters do move from one book to the other. However, the stories in and of themselves simply are contained. It's nice to have a book every now and then that you can just read one and done if you want to. It's been a long time since I've gotten into a fantasy series where I could simply read one book if I chose to. There are 2 other books in this trilogy, and I am going to read the other 2 at some point. But you know, I'm not in any hurry about it because I'm still letting Kings of the Wyld digest. And I've read a whole lot of books since then, and it's still echoing in my mind. Kings of the Wyld is just simply one of the funnest reads that I have got myself involved with in a very long time. I think that if you pick it up, I think you'll find it as delightful and as insightful and as powerful and as absolutely wonderful as I did. You'll laugh, you'll feel some emotions, and it should probably resonate with you if you're anything like me. Very rarely can I lay a book aside when it is finished and simply say, you know, I pretty much just liked everything about it. Kings of the Wyld. 5 out of 5. Fantastic. I highly recommend it. Hey, I hope you enjoyed the video. Take care of yourself. Be kind to each other. See you next time.